Hello students, welcome back to the next session of Software Engineering Lab. In today's session, we shall be starting with the second experiment related to Docker. In the last class, in experiment number 7, we have seen the basic CLI commands. Today we shall be talking about how to modify and push a Docker image. So what we will be doing is, we will be pulling an Ubuntu image. Okay, we will run it as a container, do some changes in it, save it as our own image. We will push it into Docker Hub. After pushing into Docker Hub, we will delete our local image, we will download the pushed image, and we will check whether the modifications that we have made previously are still existing or not. Okay, so this is what we will be doing in this particular experiment. So firstly, open PowerShell in administration mode. And now say docker pull Ubuntu. So Ubuntu, you know, it is an operating system. So I am telling my Docker that download the official Ubuntu base image from Docker Hub into the local system. Okay, so this will download a minimal operating system which is ready to run into our Docker container. Right? So when I press enter, the latest basic version of my Ubuntu will be downloaded into my local system. Now I need to run it as a container. So what I will do, I will say docker run. Okay. Now I will say -it -name. I'll give a name to my container, say suppose new Ubuntu, and then I say -d, and then I say Ubuntu. Okay. Now this -it is something new to you. So -it is basically allowing me to interact with the container. So I am not telling my container to run in the background. So you run in the background, but give me an interactive phase so that I want to enter some commands here. That is what I am telling. Okay, so what is this command doing? It will create and start a new container from the Ubuntu image. It will allow you to interact with the container. That means it is opening the interactive terminal mode, and it is giving a new name to it, which is called as new Ubuntu here. Okay, now press enter, and you can see that the hash code has come. Right, now check whether it is running or not. You can see that there are two containers which are running actually. Even MyRedis is also running and new Ubuntu is also running. Okay. Now enter into the interactive mode of your Ubuntu. That means you have to open the bash. What is the CLI of your Ubuntu? The bash. So to enter into it, say docker exec -it. Okay. Copy this container ID here. Paste it here and say bash. So previously when we have used Redis, the interactive mode of Redis was Redis-CLI. But now that we are using Ubuntu, the interactive mode of Ubuntu is bash. Okay, so you have to say docker exec. That means I am telling my Docker to open the shell or the terminal inside the running container. Okay, so execute a command in a running container, allow it to give an interactive access. Okay, open the bash shell inside the container. This is the meaning of this command. Press enter, and now you can see we have entered into the bash of our Ubuntu. Okay, so we will do some modifications. So first let me check if I am having git here. So I say git -version. So it is telling git is not found. So what I will do now is, now that I have to do changes in this image, I will download or install git inside my Ubuntu image. So what I will do, first I will say apt update. So I'm just updating all the necessary libraries in my Ubuntu. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes to it get updated. So once my Ubuntu, so See, basically apt update is updating the list of available software packages in the container. Okay, so it prepares the system for installing new softwares. So now that everything is ready, I will execute the git. So I say apt install git -y. So what is happening with this? It will install git inside this particular container. So why am I writing -y? -y is used because sometimes it will ask you at every step yes or no. Okay, it wants a confirmation of the installation. So to avoid that asking of yes or no, I am giving here my -y. So when I say enter, now my git will get successfully installed. So it depends upon the speed of your internet. If your internet is little bit faster, the installation happens very quickly. If it is little bit slower, it's going to take some time. Okay, so just give it a 1 minute of time. It will get installed. And once it gets installed, just type git -- version to check if git has successfully been installed or not. So you can see that the installation of the git is happening here. It's done. So now type git -- version. And now you can see that my git is successfully installed into this particular container. So what I will do, I will come out of this terminal by saying exit. So I came out of my Ubuntu, right? Now say docker stop this container, paste the container ID. It should stop in a minute. Since we had n number of installations, it's taking a little bit time. Now it stopped. Now, since I have modified my image by installing git into it, let me save the changes into my local repository. So how do I do the changes? I have to say docker commit. So I say docker commit, give the container ID and give the name to it. So I say Budaraju Madhurika / this is the name. So I say some new Ubuntu, say suppose 2024. This is the new name of my image. Okay. So I have what is there now inside this new Ubuntu 2024? You have Ubuntu operating system with an installed git version. Okay. So I'll press enter. So all the changes are now committed since I've got a hash code. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a new image from the stopped container with all the changes, including the git installation. Okay. Now check for Docker images. So go to Docker desktop and check here. So you have something called as new Ubuntu 2024. So now it is successfully saved here, right? So what you will do the next thing, write docker login. So I have to push this image. So let's see. Now that I'm not signed in, it is asking me for username and password. Let me just come out of this. Let me sign in here. Okay, make a habit of signing in into this Docker desktop to avoid entering the login user ID and password in your PowerShell. Okay, so now again if I say Docker login, this time it shouldn't ask me any credentials. So you can say that login is succeeded. And now simply say Docker push the image. So what is the image? Budaraju Madhurika / and the image is new Ubuntu 2024. So before entering, before pressing enter, I will just show you my Docker hub here. You can see it is having 8 images and there's already 2 of the Ubuntus here. One is Git Ubuntu, the other one is Ubuntu, which is almost 2 years back, and now I don't have anything else. So I'll press enter to show you that successfully this particular image that we have created with Git installed inside it is now successfully there inside this particular application. Now you can see that after a minute or two, successfully the image is pushed into my Docker Hub. So I'll go back to the Docker Hub and I will refresh to check whether my image is pushed or not. So you can see that the new Ubuntu 2024 is successfully pushed and now it is public. So come back to your PowerShell, delete the container and delete the image. So say docker rm, paste the container ID, container is deleted, docker rm Budharaju Madhurika / new Ubuntu 2024. Okay, press enter. Sorry, it's image, so I have to give it as RMI. So it is deleted. Go back to Docker Hub desktop and see that the image is deleted here. So previously I had the image, now I'm not having the image. So image is deleted, right? So now next thing what I will do is I will say docker logout. I've logged out, right? Now I will pull the image. So whatever this particular image is there, I'm going to pull that particular image. So I will say docker pull Budharaju Madhurika / new Ubuntu 2024. So now image I have deleted and now I am again downloading it, the latest version. So once the downloading is completed, in your Docker desktop, you should find this particular image now. So let's just wait for 1 minute for it to download successfully. So you can see that the image is downloaded. Let me just go back to the Docker desktop and now you can see I have this, which is called as Budharaju Madhurika / new Ubuntu 2024. Okay. Now what I will do is I will run this as a container now. So say docker run -- name. Okay. And give the name, some name as, you can give the same name only, new Ubuntu 2024. And then I'm telling to open it in interactive mode and I'm giving the image name Budharaju Madhurika / new Ubuntu 2024. Okay, so what is happening? It will start a new container with the name called as new Ubuntu 2024. Okay, and it will allow interactive access to this particular container. Press enter. You can see directly the bash is being opened. Okay, because the image changes that I have made in such a way that directly the bash will get opened. When I was running my container in the first time, if you remember, I wrote docker run -it there. Yes, because of this it is being opened here. Now, what is the first thing I have to do? I have to check whether really the git is still installed or not. So simply say git -- version. And now you can see git is installed. That means whatever changes I have made in the image previously, Docker Hub, the same changes are still available. So simply say exit to come out of this interactive mode. Okay. And say docker ps -a. Copy this new Ubuntu container. Okay, make a habit of deleting all the containers to save your memory space. So say docker rm, paste it, enter. Remove the image also. Say docker rmi. My image is Budharaju Madhurika / new Ubuntu 2024. Okay, so this is your experiment number 2 under Docker, in which we have downloaded, we have pulled the Ubuntu. we have installed Git into it, saved our changes using commit, okay, pushed it into Docker Hub, and again we have downloaded to check whether still the changes are being there or not. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you.